To nail the perfect stance, I knew it wasn't going to be achieved with some off-the-shelf wheels, and I didn't want to run a bunch of wheel spacers to make it work, so I came up with a plan that I wasn't too sure would work. You'll see that with a few simple tools and tricks, you can make a wheel fit to your vehicle perfectly, and best of all, it's relatively cheap. So before we get started, these are the wheels I had bought. They are 16x8 Vision wheels, and the options for backspacing were super limited. I could only get it with an offset of 0, which meant my wheel would be almost flush with the fender without any flare whatsoever, and that just wasn't going to cut it. Just to use as an example, these are the original Crown Vic wheels. With these wheels and most other steel rims, you can actually cut the weld to customize your offset. I just wanted to show you guys this because it's easy to see that it's a two-piece wheel and you can clearly see the welds. Now I'm not going to be using these, but eventually I plan on doing the same thing as I'm going to be doing in this video, and these are going to make perfect burnout wheels. Now getting back to my wheels, I had a machine shop cut out the weld as it was impossible to reach with a grinder or a plasma cutter, so I had them use a special tool to cut out the center of the rim. You can see where the original welds were and how nicely they were able to cut it without digging into the steel of the outer rim. The inner piece of the wheel looks a little rough right now, but that's all going to be welded and grinded down. To inspect and make sure the rim is perfectly straight, I'm just setting up a punch that's going to sit on the lip of the rim. Then I'll spin the rim around and it's going to tell me where I need to make adjustments. I'll demonstrate and you'll see how easy it is. I just put this wheel on the axle and it's pretty darn close. I don't know if I'll even be able to get it better than this. I'll play around, tap it with the hammer, get it perfectly straight, and then when I'm happy, I'll take it out and weld it up. Alright, I'm happy with how my wheel is set up, so now I just marked everywhere where I want to weld the inner part of the rim back to the outer part of the rim, and I'm just going to tack it and then I'll weld it completely in a few minutes. I tacked it everywhere it was welded before. Now I'm going to weld it up completely, and I'm going to have my dad on the other side with the air hose just to keep it cool. So the rim's all welded up. I grounded it down just to keep the weight down and make it easier to balance. And speaking of balance, I just got the tires installed and balanced, and they only had to put 2 little weights on each side, so that's awesome. It means the welds were pretty even and I'm happy with that. You can also see how much more dish there is to the rim. I backed up the inner part of the rim about 2 inches. When I had my front fenders installed, I made sure to measure multiple times to make sure the rims fit. Now that my wheels are figured out, I'm going to focus on the box, and more specifically the bodywork on the box. I did a lot of patchwork. There's a video coming up on this soon. And I also made a few pieces to make the quarter panel stronger. But overall the box is shaping up really nicely. I can't wait to do the bodywork on this and see it in primer for the first time. And also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen this build, Check out my previous videos. This is a full custom chassis with a modified wheelbase. The wheel arches aren't in the original locations, and in my opinion, it makes the truck look a lot more aggressive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.